I'm about to show you guys how we'll make more than what I used to make in a year on this single deal. Now we're gonna make right at about 34,000 bucks on this flip. I'm gonna walk you through how we found it, how we funded it, and give you a tour. Let's go. So it's not super often that we actually have projects we can just like drive to go show you guys, which I think's kind of cool. Like most of the deals we do that we show you guys are places I've never physically even been to, let alone seen. Our staff and our partners do all the heavy lifting and we get paid for it. I actually had to wait for Michael to let me borrow his Tesla to go look at this place. So I got a Lucid. I swapped my Tesla Model X, which I don't miss at all, and my Raptor for it because I just don't need as many vehicles as I have. But it's in the shop getting some stuff done to it, which means my only current car to drive is the McLaren. And there's just some neighborhoods you don't drive a purple McLaren in. One of the things that I think is interesting with this particular deal is it's a really good example and argument for like what value investors provide. I think if you're on social media at all and you talk about being in real estate or flipping houses, you inevitably like reach the wrong crowd of people that are like, oh, get a real job. You're just like a leech profiting off of like a basic human right. How dare you? So this particular house is a great example of the value that investors provide to the local market. Somebody else had tried to do this place themselves. They didn't pull permits, so there's all kinds of work that has to be redone. The fact of the matter is we actually had a tricky time even getting renovation insurance on this place because nobody wanted to touch it, given that so much stuff was done by the homeowners without permits being pulled or anything like that. So no bank's gonna lend on it. On top of that, we bought the place for 86,000 bucks and we're doing a $57,000 remodel. Even with something like a renovation loan or something, a lot of banks are going to be really hesitant to touch that because the renovation is so expensive compared to how cheap the purchase price of the house is. So there were literally only two options for this house. Well, three. The first one, it continues to just sit empty, attracting crime and problems to the neighborhood. The second option we've got is that somebody wealthy comes in with enough cash to fund the purchase and the remodel for their family to live there, which probably not super likely in this particular neighborhood. And the third option is somebody like us comes in, we risk our time, our effort, and our money to turn this house around with the hope of making a profit. If we make a profit, great. If not, well, that's why we deserve to make a profit. We're risking the time and effort to turn this place around. There's really like three people's opinion who matters. One, the person who sold us the house. Are they thankful that we bailed them out? They'd been in this project for years without the end in sight, and we had to redo a lot of the stuff they spent their hard-earned money doing. The second person whose opinion matters in this situation is who buys the house. Did we do a good job? Did we not cut corners where it's affordable, safe, and livable? The third people whose opinion matters is the neighbors. Now, I don't know about you. I've lived next to a boarded up vacant house before. I would 100% rather live next to a flipped house with a new family in there than live next to a vacant if I've got that choice. I have never flipped a single house and had a neighbor complain or had the person who bought the house from me be upset that we flipped it. I have had sellers get upset that we remodeled the house that they thought was beautiful that the rest of the world just didn't agree with. You can always tell which one's mine because it's normally the ugliest one on the street. So we are here outside of the flip that we've got here in Pensacola. Just quick recap, we bought this place for 86,000 bucks and we're gonna spend 56 grand on construction. That includes new roof, HVAC, drywall work, painting, kitchen, bathroom, the works. We're gonna give you guys a tour here in a second. This particular deal, the purchase and rehab was funded with private money. So not a bank, not a hard money lender, an individual just like you or myself. We typically on these are paying 8% interest plus 1 point. 1 point is equal to 1% the value of the loan. One other cool thing with this particular deal is we're gonna list this place for somewhere in like the high 180s. We'll be one of the only houses on the market available below 200K. One of the things we had to do right off the bat at this place was some tree work. Florida's got some pretty strict like insurance laws with all of the hurricanes and insurance claims that have happened. So we had to cut everything back that was over the roof as well as pull out a dead tree. So like right off the bat, we had heavy equipment in here hauling that stuff out the way the next family that's here can get it insured. Also, unfortunately, the previous owner put a new roof on it, but didn't pull any permits or anything. So insurance company isn't gonna take an unpermitted roof in like hurricane country. So we literally had to redo what was a brand new roof just because they cut those corners. So we did do all new windows on this. This was actually kind of an interesting one where like it came with some materials that they'd purchased, windows being one of them that were in great shape. So we did end up using them. We just had to install them. I'm not totally sure what we're gonna do with the yard situation here because it's pretty much just like dirt at this point. Definitely painting all the exterior, you know, you have to put in steps. You can't just have like a 3-foot drop to the outside. We did kind of do some grading back here just to make sure water goes the way it should and isn't pointing towards the house. I mean, you can see this place has needed some work for a pretty long time. Power washing, we're doing some siding, painting. You can see there like one of the giant tree limbs we took out that was over the roof and scratching it all up and everything. Obviously, crawl space needs to be secured, all that good stuff. I'll be blunt, this place is pretty ugly. From the outside, as it sits right now, should be cute when we're done with it. So this particular deal came from organic SEO. Actually came through my friend Justin. Justin and I have done several houses together, and they had this one kind of fall in their laps, wanted help funding it, so we decided to partner on this one together. Came through their Carrot site. Investor Carrot is like the template website for real estate investors. We'll drop my affiliate link on the video on this, but it's just carrot.com/Ryan if you want to support the channel. Organic SEO is like when somebody searches on Google, like we buy houses or sell my house fast, having your website come up quickly. The reason I'm a big fan of Carrot websites, even though like a lot of people use them, is they just convert really well. I've split test against other competitors. I even built my own, and the Carrot site was more effective. So I don't care if it's ugly. I don't care if you don't like how it looks or that you like that other people have them. If it works the best, why would you not use it? Effectively, once you've got it up and running, it ends up just being like an additional source of deals that you don't really have to do anything for. You can do SEO yourself. I outsource all of my stuff to a friend of mine, Jason Moss. It's mosstech.io, I believe. We'll throw the link up on YouTube. I don't have an affiliate link or anything there. He's just done all of my stuff for years. So highly recommend him if you're looking to hand it off to somebody else. Now, as you can see right now, this place is just kind of like a white box, kind of needs everything. We don't have paint up on the walls. We don't have light switch covers or plates on. There's no flooring. We need to put a kitchen in here. So by the time somebody moves into this thing, it's gonna be like almost a brand new house. The entire thing has been rewired. It's been replumbed. We're gonna have new HVAC. And it's really kind of like a straightforward starter home. It's gonna be 3 beds, 1 bath, gonna have a living room here. There's an additional flex space we'll show you over here. When it comes to the kitchen, we're gonna have like fridge here, kind of sink, dishwasher, stove there with some cabinetry, then kind of living area with the new French doors. As you can see, like we're in the middle of prep at this point. All the windows are brand new. We don't currently have power. One thing that's cool with this is we do have a ton of spots for lighting, so this place will look really, really bright and well lit when it's done. Honestly, it's gonna be a great starter home. New roof, new electrical, new plumbing, new flooring, new kitchens, new bathrooms. Like they're not gonna have to do anything for a long time. Plus, at sub 200K, very affordable. Even with, you know, rates in the 6s or 7s or whatever. So over to the left here, we have like kind of the first bedroom. It's probably gonna be like one of the kids' rooms. You can see what I mean with the lighting, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cans plus that. Excessive in my book, but plenty. Kind of just tiny little closet. Brand new windows, so should be plenty energy efficient, which is nice. Utility bills aren't awful in Florida, but they're not great. We've got the new bathroom here. So obviously new tub, surround, all that's going in. Have toilet here and sink and stuff right here. So pretty straightforward. It's like your starter home bathroom. It's not going to be anything amazing. We've got spot for the new furnace right here to the right. Obviously nothing in there currently. Fortunately, it's not hot today. Otherwise I would be sweating. Got a second bedroom here. This one's definitely larger. You've got kind of a double door closet and just more space overall. The third and final bedroom. So again, kind of smaller white box, tons of space for lighting. If it was me and I was gonna live in this house, I'd probably treat like this as a kid's bedroom or office or something. This is definitely your master. And then you have kind of your third bedroom over here. So this is kind of one of these odd things that's a Florida thing. I'm assuming when this house was built, this was like a one-car garage. That's the only thing that's logical. It's very, very, very common to get these where it's been permitted or not. This one had been enclosed to make like an extra bonus space. Maybe it's just because I'm a car guy that I'm like, who would give up their garage for a second living room or something? But that's what we've got right here. So used to be a garage, it's enclosed now, it's additional space, has its own like private entry and exit. Back here, we've got like mechanical room. So, you know, panel box, water heater, dryer, all of that stuff will go in back there. This is very likely gonna end up being used as a bedroom. So larger family, or it's gonna be like an additional living room type thing, but a lot of the times we see this being used as an additional bedroom. My kid's only 2, but I don't think I'd give him his own private entrance and exit to cause trouble, assuming he grows up like I did. One thing I like about the contractor I've got doing this project, because we've done several together now at this point, is him and I have very similar ethical views. So like if there's a problem, we address it and we fix it correctly, even if it costs us more money. We don't cut corners. At the end of the day, like a family's gonna be in here and we take the weight of that very seriously. While I think it's pretty cool that most of the deals you see us post about, like I'm not there to give you these tours on, I do honestly like having a project in my own backyard or a couple going. It's not necessarily like we need to or have to. Realistically, the amount of work I'm gonna do on this place is fairly minimal. I'll probably come back through a couple times, be here through punch list, answer some questions about colors and things via text, but that's about it. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, you might spend the rest of your sad life wondering, what if?